Hi guys, it is April 1st today, a Monday. April 1st. How is it April already? I don't understand. But I wanted to pop on real quick and tell you guys some stuff. I did have Mia today only until about 11, and then I did work this morning for my boss, and I ended up running to Weyauwega, and I thought I would be like way more excited about this than I am. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm super excited, but it costs so much money that it's hard to be excited. So by saying that, some of you might have an idea what I'm talking about. I did go and get my Dexcom. So finally, you guys, I have my Dexcom. And if you guys are new or just tuning in, my Dexcom is a CGM. It is a continuous glucose monitor for me. I am a type 1 diabetic. And I have been dealing with insurance and money and financial issues and just all kinds of things like that. So I have been without my Dexcom for a lot of months. Let's just put it that way. I am very proud of myself, on the other hand, because I was so worried that without my Dexcom constantly telling my pump what my blood sugars were at, that my A1C was going to just skyrocket and go through the roof. And an update on that, I just had all of that checked, and my A1C was 6.2. That is something to be excited about, because about a year ago, my A1C was at like 10.1. So I have dropped that so drastically, and the fact that I'm at a 6.2 just completely thrills me, because I was so worried that I was going to be up to like an 8, and I'm so thankful, so thankful that I'm not. So I did get my G6. This is actually the transmitter. These are the sensors to make the transmitter work. And this is the G6 receiver. For whatever with my insurance, they said they wanted me to have the receiver that was specifically for the G6, even though I don't use the receiver. It's kind of like a little handheld looking pager. It's good to still have it just in case. So I did get that. I also got my Ozempic shot, which I take once a week on every Monday. So thank God I got it today, because I need to take it. So I got those 4 items plus 2 pills. The pills are the atorvastatin and losartan, which is a heart med and a kidney med and things like that. So I just want to kind of go over some of this with you guys, even though I know that I shouldn't have to tell you, or, you know, it's not needed for me to share or to verify stuff for you guys. But I think I paid the very last time. Basically, long story short, we've been waiting for our taxes to come back so that I could even try to afford, with it being the new year, any of my meds, because we have to pay so much out of pocket before our insurance kicks in. So to meet our deductible, and then to even come close to meeting our out of pocket amount, because yes, we do have insurance, but it is hard and it is expensive to be a diabetic. So the first time I finally got my insulin and all of that, I paid like $1,800 and something. I know that there's a video here on my playlist if you want to check it out. So basically it was $1,900. And that was just to get some insulin and stuff. So to get my Dexcoms and all of that today, which I'm so happy, like I said, I'm ecstatic that I have them. But I do have this little sheet right here because I tallied everything up individually so that I would have a rundown to kind of just let you guys know. When I say that I'm broke, it's because I'm broke. We don't live a a crazy lifestyle where we're constantly, you know, going out and buying extravagant inanimate objects and, you know, going on vacations and doing all these amazing things. We don't. We live from paycheck to paycheck, and most of the time those paychecks don't even 100% cut it. And it's not because we're lazy people. My husband worked just last week 60 plus hours. You know, I mean, he has overtime. I work, like I said before, technically I work 3 different jobs. I work one for a trucking company. I'm also like a nanny / babysitter. And I also do YouTube. And yes, I do get paid for it. I know that was a question. Do I get paid a lot? No, I do not. Not through YouTube. But the time and effort that I put into making videos, editing videos, I do get something for it. So everyone says then, well, how are you so broke? Quit doing this, quit doing that. And it's just like, people, you gotta live. You gotta eat. And a lot of the times you have to spend money to make money, which, you know, I understand. And that is basically where my Dollar Tree hauls come into play. I can spend, you know, I don't really know how to sum this up because each one's different depending upon the length of the video, depending upon the ads in the video, depending upon how many views, depending upon how many likes and comments. I mean, all of that stuff matters in the YouTube analytical world of it all. But I can spend so much money on a Dollar Tree haul and I can make double to triple and above what I spend on that Dollar Tree haul. And that is just from YouTube. So that is what I mean by saying sometimes you have to spend money to make money. So anyways, I'm getting off topic. I want to run down some of these numbers with you guys because I just want you to understand how expensive it seriously is for me to live. And I absolutely cannot fathom why it costs this much for a diabetic, why it costs this much for someone that's got cancer and they're going through treatments. I don't understand how our government can work and basically, in my opinion, just rape us. Like, it makes me want to cry. I have cried. I have sat there and I've tried and tried to figure it out, and I don't understand. So, all right, anyway. So, right here, these are my Ozempic shots. There are 2 pens in here. Each pen only holds 2 milligrams. Yeah, so I take a milligram on Monday. I take the next milligram on the next Monday, and now that pen is gone. So there's 1 pen left with 2 injections in it so basically, let's just make it the easy way. This box right here with the 2 pens will last me for the month of April. Those pens right there, that box cost me $843.59. Mind you, that's just for the month. And I know I had some people trying to tell me, oh, these aren't real prices, you're making these up. And not to have to validate anything, people, but right there, do you see that? Yeah, $843.59. And I've got all of those things saved. Not that I should have to, like, reiterate myself, but so the Ozempic right there was $843.59. The atorvastatin, or however you say it, that pill is $40. The losartan pill that I'm on is $34.99, so that's $35. Now, my sensors, which is this big box right here of my Dexcom sensors, this is $418.99. Now, mind you, I think this box will probably last, I can't remember how many are in here, but let me tell you, they don't last long enough for that price. And then the transmitter that you need, and you change this every, is it 30 days, I believe? I can't remember anymore. Anyway, the transmitter itself was $296.99. Yeah. The receiver, which, now this I do not have to purchase every time. This is just the one-time thing. I don't know why they wanted me to have this, but whatever. So the receiver right here, is a one-time fee, but that fee was $456.99. So I'm sure you've seen my grand total on here already, but with all of that combined, the price for me was $2,091.54. Mind you, I already paid about $1,900 just a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago now, possibly. Anywhere, just within the last couple weeks. My deductible, or I should say our deductible, is still not even met. So the next time that now I have to go and get some more insulin, it's going to be another outrageous price. And then we've basically are back to having no money in our savings again because everything costs so much money. You know, the struggle is real, people. And this isn't supposed to be a woe is me, feel bad for me video. I don't want you to take that out of that. I want to share, I guess. I want to get this knowledge out there. It should not cost this much for us to live. I don't understand how. And then you see so many things about this person who is a type 1 diabetic, couldn't afford their insulin, could not afford to go to the doctor, couldn't afford this, couldn't afford that, and they died. You see so much of that today. This is the reason why. I work my butt off. My husband works his butt off. We have 3 children to provide for, a house to pay for, vehicles to pay for. You know, we have those same things that I know everyone else does. But it is so hard to make ends meet when you have to pay so much money. So much money just for life-sustaining medications and devices. I just don't understand. I have so many friends out there from Canada that are like, girl, move to Canada. Our insurance and everything, just move to Canada. You know, I am so truly lucky that we get back some money on our taxes, and I'm so truly lucky that I stockpiled and barely took enough insulin to sustain myself through the last couple months of 2018 and the first couple months of 2019. Because if I didn't pull back on the amounts of insulin I was using and pull back on what I was putting in my mouth and what I was eating, so if I didn't stockpile some of that insulin and some of my other medications and things like that, my Ozempic, I was just completely out. I just didn't even have it. I couldn't afford it. I can't save it because you only get so many. So, if I didn't have that, I don't know what I would have done to cover those 4 or so months where we waited for taxes and all of that to come back. And that is scary. It should not have to be like that. And it completely depresses me to know that there are so many people out there struggling with these same issues, struggling to make ends meet just so that they can drive to the pharmacy and spend another $2,091.54 on medications that they need to keep them alive. I don't understand. I just don't understand, and I never will. And I wish that there was a way to make so many more people aware. And then the other part of me says, what difference does it make? Make other people aware for what? Nothing is going to change. And I know I shouldn't feel like that because there are people that are out there trying to change things, and I don't have the gumption and the willpower, I guess the knowledge to go lead a crusade against, pharmaceutical companies and all of this. But I feel like, I guess if I share some of this, at least I'm raising the awareness of how serious this can be. I'm told a lot that, be thankful that you're just a type 1 diabetic and that you're not, a cancer patient. Be thankful that you're a type 1 diabetic and not dealing with, AIDS or any of these other diseases that are out there that are chronic and, life-ending, usually, diseases. But I am not thankful that I am a type 1 diabetic. I am not thankful to have a pancreas that just doesn't work. I'm not thankful for that. I'm not. And I'm not thankful for the fact that even though I don't have cancer or any of these other terminally, ending diseases, diabetes could terminally end me. It could have already numerous times. I've suffered through diabetic seizures and thank God came out of them. And even if you just want to base it along the lines of my insulin, if I don't have insulin, I don't survive. So, no, I'm not thankful that I'm a type 1 diabetic and not something else. Every disease is horrible. So I'm not downplaying any of the other ones because I hate it when someone tries to downplay my disease, my suffering, or my journey, I don't want to let type 1 rule my life. I, at one point, a little while ago, told myself, I'm taking my life back. I'm ruling type 1. Type 1 is not defining me. I'm defining it. And I made so many changes, and obviously by dropping my A1C from a 10 point whatever it was down to 6.2 is proved that I have done that. I have decreased the amount of insulin that I use daily so drastically that my previous doctor can't even believe how much I have decreased that amount of insulin. She can't believe how much weight I've lost. She can't believe how much my A1C has dropped. So I am fighting, but it is so hard to fight when you don't have, I guess, the weapons, the tools, the needles, the injections, the monitors, the insulin. When you don't have the tools that you need to fight with, your hands are tied then. And the fact that so many of us can't get our hands on these weapons and tools to help us fight this fight is pathetic. It's pathetic because the only reason a lot of us don't have access to them is because they are so expensive. Right now, I just read an article about this. Right now, in America, insulin is valued more than gold. It has a higher value than what gold does right now. Like, how is that for entertaining your mind? Sit and think about that. What I need to survive costs more than what gold is worth. I'm probably wording that wrong, but my mind is in so many different places right now. And look at this. Tears. I'm so sick of tears. I'm not a crybaby, you guys. I swear I'm not. I don't It's hard, though, to talk about something when you're so passionate about it, because it's your life. It is your everyday life. So that is why I came on. That is why I wanted to share this with you. I did not want to get emotional, but, you know, before people go and assume things about me or my family, or maybe even things that you assume about someone you know that's dealing with diabetes or cystic fibrosis, cancer, AIDS, whatever you want to say, all of these diseases, seriously stop and think about how expensive it is for people to live. No, we do not qualify for state insurance. My doctors have told me that I could qualify or at least apply for disability, and that's in return would help, obviously, then cover with Medicaid or Medicare, whatever it is. I don't even know. It would then cover my prescriptions, my health insurance. And I know people are out there. I've had people yelling at me and screaming at me saying, then do it. What are you waiting for? What is this whole plight of yours against, you know, the system, when you could get these things for free? And it's not guaranteed that if I applied for disability that I would even get them for free. It's not it's not. And I don't feel like I'm at a point in my life where I can't do something. It is hard for me to work outside of the home because of my highs and my lows, because of my nerve damage, because of I hate listing these things because to me they sound like frickin' excuses, and I hate that when people make excuses. But because of these things, personally, I feel already like I don't do enough to support my family. And it sucks. And it hurts. And my heart goes out to any of you out there that have to deal with these things and these feelings and these thoughts of inadequacy. And personally, for me, the fact that I can't go necessarily and work a job from 9 to 5 in a factory on my feet, or not have time to stop and check my blood sugars and, you know, make sure I'm not high, make sure I'm not low, make sure that, you know, I'm okay. That already is something I struggle with, and that is why I have worked out of my house as much as humanly possible. Like I said, I work for a trucking company, and thank God that job came along, and I can work at home from my office that I have set up here, and everything's done on the computer and through business emails and things like that. So I can work when it, you know, out of the house when it comes to that. I babysit. I'm a nanny. I have raised children that are not my own, that I feel like they are my own because I've raised them from baby up to kindergarten, basically, for most of them. And I've done that for so long, and I've, you know, and there's so much joy in that I take out as a blessing. To children are just amazing. Kids are what seriously keep me going and makes this world keep turning. Like, I have more best friends that are probably under the age of 5 than anyone in the world. And I'm okay with that because I love kids. I am a kid. I am a big child. That is why I think kids get along with me so well. because I'm not afraid to get down on their level and play on the floor, crawl on the floor, you know, like, I absolutely love kids. So I might not have that 9 to 5 job working in a factory, you know, all of this and all of that, but I do work and I push myself not to be someone that just sits home and accepts these things and says, well, you know what? You can't do this, you can't do that. So basically you're useless. Just sit in the corner and cry about it and wallow in self-pity. I'm not that person. I've probably showed way too many emotions on this channel as of late, but I don't think that there are enough people on YouTube that are real and do show this side. Life isn't all rainbows and freaking vacations and amazing mansions and diamond rocks. And yes, mind you, I look like I have one on. This is so fake. Thank you, wish.com. It's not about that. And I hate watching, like, I watch a bunch of family vloggers, and so many of them have just changed. It changed from being a sit down, heart to heart, watch my family, love us, watch my children, let us share with you kind of channel, to the more and more subscribers they got, the bigger and bigger their channels grew. All of a sudden it was like, you didn't see the mess on the counter anymore. You didn't see a dirty dish sitting anywhere. You didn't see a pile of laundry that needed to be put away. You didn't see them have breakdowns. You didn't see the realness anymore. Their houses were immaculate. Like, it looked like every room was staged so that if you happened to pick up a camera, and I would sit and think to myself, where are your kids' toys? Let there be toys on the floor. Let your kids grow and explore and learn. Why is everything have to be so put together and to do so that you look better and bigger and more extravagant than someone? I'm not out here to try to be bigger or better or more extravagant or have the most immaculately clean house with my maids and my... No. And people can probably say, well, how can you say that? You're not a very big YouTuber. You're not a very big channel. What if you did grow drastically overnight or something and you started getting all of this money from YouTube? I can honestly tell you right now, my house would still be dirty. My kids would still have toys. My dishes would not ever be completely done. And I don't take that as because I'm a grubby, nasty, messy, crusty person. That is because this is real life. That is because we live, we work, we grow, we create memories, we create messes. And I'm never gonna try and hide that, because that is the realness that so many of these channels are lacking. Like, every video, I stopped watching, I'm not going to name them, but I stopped watching, like, a few different channels because of the fact that, well, I'm having a really bad day, but I don't want to talk about it. No, how about you talk about it? That is how people connect with you. That is how people can look into your world and see that you're not just another pretty face or another lady that lives in a beautiful house that's furnished, you know, by freaking people off of TLC and, you know, like, the best, most fancy decor. And no. Some of my most valued decor are things my children made me in art class, and that's not gonna change. And if I ever made a lot of money off of YouTube, well, that money would go into things like this right here for me to inject myself with on the daily. And I'm not going to sit here and say everything is peachy and fine when it's not. So I'm sorry if my negativity and my honestness upset some of you, but on the flip side, I hope that some of you that watch can relate and can understand and can just realize you're not alone. I watch so many people because I don't want to be alone, and so many times I feel alone. So many times I feel like I let diabetes win. I let anxiety win. I let basically my fear of what other people think of me, which is so ridiculous because I'm not that person. I honestly don't care what you think about me because I know that I'm a good person, and in my heart I will always try to do the best that I can for everyone that I know, everyone that needs something. I try my hardest to be there. And so most of me is just like, I don't care what you think. You can think horrible things about me, but I know they're not true. But the other part of me says, go out with your friends. Go do this. Go do whatever. There are friends I haven't even seen necessarily hardly since high school, and they're amazing people. And you know why I don't see them? Why I don't go out with my friends all the time? It's because I don't want people to look at me and be like, oh my God. I don't want people to feel sorry for me. I don't want people to look at me and be like, ew, disgusting, what happened to her? And I know there's a lot of people out there that feel the same exact way. And I have people then that say, if this is all true, then what are you doing sitting here on YouTube flashing your face and your, messy hair and your messy house? Don't tell me that you're not afraid to be seen. No, I am afraid to be seen, but I promised myself a long time ago that I was going to take steps to put myself out there, because when you are uncomfortable and you put yourself in uncomfortable situations, that is how you learn to grow. I mean, at least that's how I feel. And because of doing YouTube, because of putting myself out there, it has helped me take steps and strides in more positive directions. I can look at myself in the mirror now and not cry every day. There's still bad days. But there was a long period where I couldn't even, I wanted to hang towels over every mirror in my house because I don't like seeing myself. I don't like right now looking into this viewfinder, and I try not to. I try to look away or whatever because I don't want to just sit here and stare at myself and see me, because then ultimately in my head I'm like, oh, okay, fix your eyeliner. Girl, you should have put better makeup on, and you should have did your eyebrows. Why didn't you brush your hair? You're out here trying to have this conversation and you look like a pile. And everyone always tells me, quit being so hard on yourself. But I am, and so many of us are, our worst critics. And that's what's so messed up. I know that I'm my worst critic. I know who I see when I look in the mirror is not necessarily what everyone else sees. But I still see someone that is that's not me. And I know it, but I can't change the way I see myself. I can't change the way I think, but I am trying my hardest. So I guess, I don't know where this whole little story time just went. It's not even a story time. I don't even know where this little rant just went, but I just wanted to get it off my chest. I wanted to let you guys know that are in my corner, that are rooting for me, that I did get my Dexcom, and I'm going to charge everything up and get everything ready, and I'm going to sleep tonight with the confidence of knowing that if I go too low and my blood sugars drop too low, that my pump will alert me and I'll wake up. The last how many months I have not slept decent because I bottom out so low with my blood sugars in the middle of the night. So I am up constantly setting alarms and picking my fingers to make sure that I'm not below a horrible, low blood sugar level and go into a coma. tonight I'm going to go to sleep and know that if I drop low, I don't have to have any alarms on my phone to wake me up every hour and a half. I'm going to go to sleep and know that I'm pretty much guaranteed to wake up in the morning as far as diabetes goes anyway. And it's going to be amazing. So for that, I am truly thankful, and I love you guys. I'm going to quit because I didn't want this to get emotional. And when I'm sitting here talking though, like I feel like I'm talking to my best friend sitting across the table, and I just start word vomiting, I guess, and you guys get to listen. So if you stuck along all the way to the end, I appreciate you guys, and I love you all so, so, so much. I can't thank you guys enough, and I don't think you'll ever know how much you guys truly mean to me as my randoms out there, be it a like on a video, a comment on a video, even just knowing you're out there watching my videos. You don't know what that means to me, and I just hope that you guys all know I appreciate every single one of you, and it's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to cry, even when you don't want to. It's okay if your life isn't perfect and peachy and your house isn't always clean. It's okay to be randomly, uniquely, beautifully, awkwardly you. And I hope that all of you out there understand that. So, all right, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for listening. If you guys haven't already, hit the subscribe button. You can click the little bell and it'll notify you every single time we post so that you don't miss it. And thank you guys for being you. I love you guys. See you soon.